Welcome to HBOT Insider. Last time we spoke about glutathione as a supplement through an IV drip, and we talked about how the body was never meant to absorb glutathione, but it was meant to absorb the amino acids of glutamate, cysteine, and glycine. Well, today we're going to talk about another coenzyme that exists in and around the cells, known as NAD. NAD is also another very popular IV drip to make you feel better. So let's look at what NAD is and see how it compares to glutathione. So NAD stands for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Try to say that 3 times fast. There's also another very closely related one called FAD, or flavin adenine dinucleotide. So what are NAD and FAD? Well, they're known as coenzymes. Coenzymes are carbon-based proteins that help make reactions go more smoothly in the body. Sometimes they carry electrons, which is what NAD and FAD do in the system. Other times they create a platform that's more complete and allow the lock and key type theory to work better in a chemical reaction. So coenzymes of NAD and FAD are designed to make the Krebs cycle more complete. Otherwise, we're left outside and we are stuck doing the anaerobic cycle. But NAD and FAD are still used even in that cycle. So different than glutathione, which is at the end of the electron transport chain, trying to convert the reactive oxygen species back to water molecules and prevent oxidation damage, NAD and FAD are responsible for carrying out all of the chemical reactions of producing energy from our food sources at every step of the way. So even if you don't have oxygen and you need the anaerobic cycle, you still need NAD. That's why IV supplementation of NAD makes you feel better. But just like glutathione, why do a boost and not provide ourselves with the basic building blocks? Well, if it's nicotinamide, kind of sounds like nicotine. And you'd be right. But nicotine we know is from smoking, and that's not very good, but that is a building block for nicotinamide. The better building block would be niacin. There are now supplements called Glynac, which is glycine plus the N-acetyl-CoAs, which again, acetyl-CoA is vitamin B5, whereas niacin is vitamin B3. See, now it all starts to make some sense, doesn't it? Take your vitamins, take your minerals. Well, this is what they are. They're the building blocks of NAD and FAD. FAD, being flavin, comes from flavonoids. Those are the colorful foods that you would eat, like berries and peppers and oranges and papayas, grapes, everything that has rich colors to it. NAD, FAD are involved in the entire cycle of energy production in every single cell. No chemical reactions are happening inside the body without them. So giving yourself a boost is great. But they are meant to be recycled, unlike glutathione. Remember, glutathione is involved in detoxifying the liver and heavy metals, and it gets wasted. So you have to constantly rebuild it through your diet. NAD, FAD are usually recyclable. But if cells die and they're not being reproduced in the diet through adding vitamins and minerals, well, then you're going to run short and all of those chemical reactions will slow down. You may have everything that you need to do the chemical reaction, but if it's slowed down, you can't do the work you're asking your body to do. So how can we add this to our diet? Well, there are plenty of foods high in vitamin B3 or niacin. There are plenty of foods that are high in all the vitamins. I mean, every vitamin you've heard of has a purpose, and most of those purposes are somewhere in the Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. Yes, you can supplement yourself with just vitamin supplements. You can get them through your food. You can do IV drips. Nobody thinks that a vitamin B12 shot doesn't give them energy. It always does. But that is why vitamin B12 is needed in the Kreb cycle. That's exactly why we do it. So once again, oxygen has to be the final electron acceptor in the electron transport chain for all of these chemical reactions to be the most efficient way of producing energy for us. But if any step along the way is missing or deficient, then you can't even make it to that oxygen molecule to finish the reactions, and you will be left short of energy. If you're left short of energy, you're going to think you need a boost. Well, start first by breathing. Start first with a hyperbaric session. If that boost in oxygen doesn't boost your energy, then look into supplementation with NAD, FAD, glutathione. Make sure you're maxed out on your vitamins and minerals. Take a look at a Krebs cycle picture that has all the vitamins listed around the reactions and where they're used. Make sure you have them all. If you look at the periodic table, pretty much everything we use is in the first 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. If you're not familiar with those elements, then you're probably not getting them in your diet. All of them are almost exclusively used in the human body. Everything below the first 4 rows, rarely used. And then as you get further down, they become toxic. But make sure that you're getting those minerals. That is how our bodies are designed to run. Whether you believe in evolution or you believe in creation, it doesn't matter. This is how the body runs. These are the chemical elements that you need. So take your NAD, take your niacin, take your vitamins, get your flavonoid-filled foods, breathe, make the system run efficiently. Then get out there and do it.